Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good.
That's awesome. As it should be.
Uh-huh.
All right.
How's everybody out there?
Oh, there they are, still
Yay,
dancing on the
they
beach. It would literally take me 30 seconds to fix that, and yet I just can't bring myself to do it.
You know, and it's funny because I end a show, I'm like, okay, we're done. I forget to remind you.
Oh, yeah. When this show's over, we're out of here like bats out of hell.
Like, yay, we did it.
We do say that. There you go.
Hi, Amy.
Wildcard Wednesday means you don't know what I'm going to talk about, and my description certainly didn't help.
And I don't know what we're going to talk about either.
That's right. But I hope you're in a self-inquisitive mood today.
Ooh, that's
We're
nice.
going deep. So deep, my friends, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to be like, Wildcard Wednesday, this should be called Double What Wednesday.
Oh, my heavens.
Okay, wait a minute. My coffee is doing weird things. I wish we could get a sky cam on it. But just now, look.
It's really
bubbling.
neat.
It's bubbling up from this shouldn't be happening. There's a person, and look. Hold on. Look at the screen. Quick. Look at the screen. The screen. Yeah. It's kind of got a transparent.
What is that? Oh, because it's green.
Seems like I should be able to do some sort of magic trick with this, if I had a really good green one.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
I think
this is green too.
I think.
Wait,
Wait a minute.
what?
Yes. Oh.
Come on, jeez.
We should call this "What Are We Doing Wednesday?"
Coffee.
That sound means that coffee is here. Woo.
Ooh, that was
Man,
good.
if that had broken, that would have been no fun
Yes.
for me. Okay, look who's
Wacky
here.
Wednesday?
My
Mom's here
mom's
for
here
whatever
for
Wednesday.
whatever Wednesday.
I love her.
Okay.
Yes, it is whatever, because I don't even know what it is.
No.
No, but we can talk about nothing for a long time.
No. I've got a little question.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to try to.
Now, I don't know if it's for this particular group, so they can just share it with other people. No.
Okay.
So, but I don't know if I want to get right into it. I think we need to, we opened a loop yesterday that we never finished. And I started the conversation by saying there are some times when, we start the day and we don't know what we're going to talk about and all that. So then we just start throwing things out. Like we'll play with the fact that it's called Whatever Wednesday, and we'll call it, or Tech Tuesday. And like yesterday, I think I said, it's Tracey Tuesday, and then she goes, it's Tickle Tuesday, and then we started talking about tickling, because who doesn't like, she said, because everybody loves being, or something like that, and I'm like, no, I hate being tickled, and I just wanted to bring up for whatever reason yesterday, that's where I was going in the conversation, was to talk about how horrible tickling is, and does anybody really like it?
Oh my gosh, that's right. Yes.
Nobody likes to be tickled. That laughing is it's pain.
Yep.
I read that. So it's
pain?
true. Yes.
It's pain?
Yes, but your body doesn't know how to handle the fact that it doesn't. Yes.
Yeah.
And so it laughs, but it's not because it feels good or that it's funny or anything. Okay, I wish I could show what is happening in my coffee, but it's like, like a swamp where it like just bubbles up.
Yep.
That's what's happening.
Yep.
What did you put in here, Tracy?
Just cream and sugar. But it is a different cream.
From what animal?
I suspect a cow.
Did you read the label?
I
It just said heavy cream. You didn't. Did you actually look? Made from cows.
No.
Okay. Well, we could be drinking swamp rat right
No,
here.
you would be.
Oh my God.
I'm drinking something non-animal.
All right. How many of you? I'm talking to you. Whether you be on YouTube, hi Dina,
Hi,
and Dawn.
Dana. Oh, yay!
Whether you be
The
on
gang's all
YouTube or
here.
whether you be on Facebook or you're watching these millions of years in the future when you find some digital archive floating around in space with your little
Right.
cosmic metal detector, ding, and you find the Bob Doyle Show and you're watching
Right.
this.
Like a million years from now, will be...
Or a million years ago, time is...
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
There is no time. Anyway, so yes.
So you can't really be out
Tickle.
of it.
So you're back in Tickle?
No, God, you're going to derail me. Oh. Train wreck.
Okay, go.
No, I'm gone.
You already lost it?
Yes, I was
Shoot.
right there. BU1, watching in space. Anybody want to help me out here where I was going? Man.
So we didn't
Oh
have
yeah,
a
no,
production.
no, I got it.
Okay.
How many of you have ever had an idea for like a movie
Oh,
or a book,
sure.
screenplay, whatever, that you never once, Jane, I'm not talking to you because I know you write, but you never once put pen to paper, you never sat down and started typing the first sentence. And in your mind, you're like, Sarah. I don't know why you'd be saying that, but every now and then.
We love you too.
But you've got it and you're seeing it and you go, wow, this would be really great. This would be so cool.
Totally.
How many? Type 1 for yes, 2 for
Of course.
ideas. What are those?
Yeah, I have lots of them.
Right.
Well, and some of them have made their way onto the hashtag 300 wish list.
That's okay. That's just a little step closer.
Yeah, yeah. So there's several of them on there, and I have actually, like with the mirror time,
Yes.
put an outline together, and I did start that in like
Yes.
2013, and so I am revisiting that now.
Yes. Not quite complete though.
Definitely not complete, but yeah, there's a lot of you had those ideas spark, and you're like, wouldn't that be awesome?
Right. And so now, my mom, can you guys,
Writing's punishment. Mom was a teacher.
that's what did it to her. It destroyed her desire for, I'm sure of it.
Children, teaching, writing.
I don't know. She says not ever.
Anything.
She
I
says
don't
not
know.
ever. I'm going to get derailed here. I loved to write, but I always wrote creative
Aren't you
stories.
like a #1 best-selling
yes, but
author?
yes, but long before that, in elementary school, high school, I used to love to journal and write stories and stuff like that. But when I would write for school, for a class paper or an essay or whatever, it was always a catastrophe. My mother will attest. I couldn't get an A to save my life, and it just got worse in college or whatever. And so I just couldn't, if I was like writing a report on something real, it was just like not going to happen. So one day they just gave me an assignment to write about some event or something that really changed your life dramatically. Okay? Mm-hmm. And there were things I could have written about, but I just decided I'm going to make something up. Oh, no. And I made up that my sister was insane and had all these problems.
I'm sure she appreciated that.
I'm not sure that she ever
read
knew
it?
about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the point is, I created this whole scenario and all this drama, and I got a freaking A on it from this guy who would not give me more than a C in good writing. So I realized then that all I got to do is be interested in what I'm engaged in, what I'm writing about, and I can write well.
And now you have books published in other languages all around the world.
Yes.
Okay.
But so here's
good lesson.
There you go. But I put pen to paper. So that's my point. It's like, so we all have these ideas for, and this is just one example of where I'm going, but that you had these ideas and you never wrote them. And so what was the conversation in your head that had you not write them?
Oh.
That had you not start?
That's great.
Some possibilities are, well, I'm not a great writer. That's for those other people. That's for the John Grishams and the so-and-so or whatever. Name your famous author. But what's the difference between them and you exactly? How would you even know until you start to write? Mm-hmm. So that leads into the bigger conversation is what could be your latent genius? That you are just as brilliant or talented or more than the most successful people out there, but no one will ever know because you never even started it because you discounted it.
Yeah, limiting beliefs.
Just not even thinking. So
Right.
I was the description to this show today is just some little quick little rhyme I threw together. How I do in real life.
Yes.
And she's always so delighted with, how do you do that? And I'm like, well, what if one of my latent superpowers was that? Like,
Oh, it is!
What if I'm like a Dr. Seuss who could have been, but I never even tried? The fact that that so easily happens and just like there, and I just toss it off to it being cute, but somebody else said, well, I've got that ability too. I'm going to make something out of it. I'm going to go write a series of books using this little style that comes so easily to me. But to me, it's so easy, I have no value to it. None. It's like, oh, it's cute.
But it's brilliant.
But that's the kind of thing I'm talking about, the latent genius in you. What is your latent genius?
great.
What could it, what might it be? And ukulele, another thing. Any of my music, I could have developed any of it. Could have chosen
Yes.
that was the road and put myself out there as that instead and developed it and chosen to find. But I could do it at any time is the point.
Yeah. So
And- yes.
I need to know what the click is.
Yeah, the click is, did I ever start the click? You mean making it available? So the click is how I stopped drinking. The click is the process that I went through in my head on that day, January 2nd, 2016, when I just made the decision that I'm done with alcohol, but I had to go through this series of questions in my head, sort of
Process.
it was kind of an elaborate pros and cons list about quitting. And by going through that process, I had this click where I was like, oh, I'm never going to do this again. And I never had, and it was never a challenge. And so the click is the process I went through to do that, but it would work for any behavior you want to change. So it's out there. It's out there for free somewhere. I think it might, if you go to boundlessliving.com/the click. At least that's where one of the times I walked through the process on video or something. But then I can't remember what I was going to do with it, Rhonda. So many ideas that.
Well, it
but that's
sounds
what I'm
like it
talking
could
about.
help a lot of people. I mean, I kind of had that, being a vegetarian. It was just like one day I was done. And it's
Steve-
not a challenge. It's not even a challenge at all. In fact,
Our friend Steve,
Steve, I wonder how Steve's
he
feeling.
credits to some extent the click for helping him stop smoking. He was already committed, but that was like the thing that just said boom.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So yeah, so it was at least proven by him.
Well, you have a good testimonial. That's fantastic.
Yeah, but yes, that's just one of those things that's sitting out there. But I'm talking about like outside of that. Like, what might yours be? You've got a book that you haven't done anything with that people have said is a really good. Like, you could probably do that in your sleep and probably have a whole series. Children's books.
I have a children's book that has been done since probably 2008.
Yeah,
That's sitting on my computer.
And she's told me about it, and it is just as valid of an entry into the children's book world as any of them out there. I mean, as a parent, you really start to notice, my God, there is nothing in here a lot of the times. I mean, I'm a square, and I don't have hair. I could do this anywhere. See,
This is what I'm talking about. This is that genius.
well, I wouldn't call that genius, but those were
Well,
words that rhymed, though.
Well, yes, but you put them together so quickly. That's wit.
Boy, you had a rhythm there that I really want to match with the rhyme, but
Okay, well, it's probably a good idea to stop because,
why?
well, the wit.
You hate my
versus-
rhymes? Is that it?
No.
Now
I'm
you're just telling me?
Sometimes they're not
Stop hiding
appropriate
your
for-
books, Tracey Samlow.
I know. Thank you, Sarah. No, I know.
I almost grabbed The Energy of Expansion off the shelf when I was down there, where you've got a little entry in that book. So she's a published author.
a #1 Amazon bestseller. No, it's a collaborative. There's a bunch of us in the book. I'm not the only author.
But she's the only Tracey.
But I am. But it's a really good section, I think. Your dad's read it several times.
Yes, he has.
which
He's
I
a big
really
fan.
love.
He lets
It's
me
so
know with every
great.
email. I read Tracey's thing again. It's really good.
It's so awesome.
The Energy of Expansion. How would they find that?
TraceySamlow.com.
How about
It's
that?
right on the front page.
You're watching Wildcard Wednesday on the Bob Doyle Show, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Yes.
And we're back.
Yes.
So
So I
have
have
you-
one book out there, or one something out there.
That's
Actually, and I have from Kaya. I was
From
a
Kaya?
teenager. No, I'm trying to figure the year, but that is totally escaping me. I'm going to say it was maybe 91 or 90 or something like that. It was quite some time ago, but
Okay.
I had a poem published in the National Poetry Society book or something. It was like a big deal.
And it
Yeah.
went like this.
It was called Potential Youth, and I was a very frustrated youth
Oh,
because I
so
wanted
it was
to.
an angry teenager poem.
essentially.
Oh yeah, I love those. My daughter wrote a bunch of those.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was like, why does no one take me seriously? I can do this. And well, my mom can talk about that.
That's just funny.
My mom's sitting there rolling her eyes, laughing, I'm sure.
I know that my sister used some poetry assignment. Not my sister, my daughter, my oldest daughter used some poetry assignments to vent her teenage angst at some point. But I know that I remember one thing in particular. This wasn't angst. This was she was younger, and this is going to mean nothing to anyone watching this. Maybe my mom, since she's the grandmother in this scenario. But Catherine wrote some little poem about I can't find my shoes, and it just it's just one of those instant classics as a parent. You go,
Yeah.
oh my God, this I can't remember, but it was published in the thing, in the school, whatever it is.
Oh, that's great.
So it's just, and I think I have probably something published in a school literary thing. I have no idea what it might be, but I find it. I'm sure I must have done something at some time.
Yeah.
How about you?
No.
No. What did you
No.
do in high school? What were you known for in high
Theater.
school? Theater. Right.
Yeah, I majored in theater and minored in art in college. Went back to school for accounting.
Sure.
Right brain, left
It's a
brain.
logical progression.
It's right. That makes sense. Financially, it made sense, but I did a lot of theater.
Okay,
in high
so
school.
we're changing
I played
gears.
Powerpuff football.
What?
I did. I played. It was
Okay, can we
girls-
bookmark that? I just
Yes,
powder
bookmark it.
puff?
Powder puff.
Not Powerpuff.
No,
Powder
powder
puff.
puff.
Yeah, I'm sure that
You know,
applied
powder.
today. Yeah, I get it. All right, so we're bookmarking that.
Okay.
But in theater, of all the things you did, whether they were in school or later in life or whatever, do you have a favorite role or favorite
Yep.
performance? Okay, let's hear it.
Yeah. Well, actually, I have two of them. One was the one that actually got me inspired to take that path, which was I was the lead in the 6th grade play called Sky Happy. And I was Martha. And Martha, the story behind it was that she was a cave woman and she goes through time, so she becomes like Amelia Earhart. And so, there were all these different characters and different roles, and it was really awesome. And there was singing, and, I thought I nailed it, and it was really awesome. And so, and actually what is fascinating is my grandparents had sent me a card that had a star on it. And since then, like the star thing has kind of followed me along my life since then, which is funny. I have Stars PR.
It's up in the
right?
corner.
Oh,
Hold
yeah,
on, we're
so
going to make
anyway,
it huge.
Yeah, Stars PR.
Just
So go
happens to be here.
StarsPR.com. But yeah.
Hey, that's
Just
going
a
to cost you.
plug. Do I have to pay for advertising?
We'll negotiate.
But the other favorite that I had, and probably the one that really stands out for me the most, was Cheaper by the Dozen. And I was also Martha. I was one of the children. And
Wait, so you were Martha twice?
Yeah, I was. It's pretty. But that was in high school. I don't remember freshman, sophomore year, I think. It was Cheaper by the Dozen. Everybody kind of think knows the story. Steve Martin did it a couple times in a movie or whatever. But it was the dynamics of the cast was like family. And it was, because it was a big family, right? But like we got so close that doing the whole performance in the shows was the best. It was absolutely the best experience I ever had. Mr. Rose was my theater
Thank you, Mr.
teacher.
Rose.
Yes,
wherever
thank you, Mr.
are.
Rose. He was awesome.
Well, that is very nice. I think the one I always go of my performances, I think I have to go to the Wizard in the Wizard of Oz. Not that it was actually.
You were
but
the wizard.
I was.
So I totally get it. The voice. That
Well,
does not
I didn't
surprise
have
me.
to sing.
Oh, hello from Australia. Yes.
And so yeah, but man, oh man, I've talked about this on the show before, probably a couple of thousand times, but but man, oh man, I thought I was nailing it back then. You know how you think you're nailing
Of
it.
course.
But then years later, I listened to it because my dad used to go to these things and record. He'd set up big stereo microphones in front of everybody. It was a big freaking production.
That's so great.
It's so my dad.
I love it. Do you still have these?
Oh, they exist probably in that drawer in my mom's garage. Is the Wizard of Oz? It
Oh.
may be eaten, but yes, it exists somewhere. I
That's
have to
very
MP3 that biatch. Okay, so anyway, but yeah, I thought I was nailing it, and then I listened to it, and I'm just talking so fast. Well, and who might you be? Don't tell me, let me guess. You know, that's when he's Professor Marvel
Sure.
at the beginning. And I'm feeling all like I'm impassioned. I mean, I play it big, but it's just so freaking fast. And it's not like I'm paying attention to what I'm saying. I didn't really act it up. I just performed it. Do you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But I didn't have to sing, so that was good.
That's great. I did do choir, but I don't really sing now.
I've heard you sing.
Yeah.
What a
I didn't
lovely-
really keep up with it, so there's not a lot of training. But I did choir. That was fun too. I'm trying to think, so football. So I know nothing about football. My
Oh, yeah.
family will attest. My family is very big into football. Green Bay Packers with my dad and mom and sister and them, and the other side, my uncle is a Bears fan because we originally from Chicago, and so there was always this love. My dad grew up from Chicago, but grew up in Wisconsin. So football was kind of a big thing in our family.
Sure.
But I know nothing about it. So for me to play football for even one game was pathetic, can I just say. I think I was the defensive end, which I don't even know the role. I was just told, run that way.
Yes.
And if anybody gets in my way, push them down. Like that was, I think, my instructions because I know nothing. And it was fun. It was a big group. I did it junior and senior year.
Look,
If Trina's on, Trina sometimes jumps on these. She did it with me. I have a picture somewhere. I just saw it not that long ago, honestly. It's still out there.
I was not a sporty guy. I know, shocker, everybody.
Oh, that was the only sport I did, and it wasn't even a sport for me. It was just hanging out with the girls, pushing people down.
Yeah, I did try and join a basketball league one year in 7th grade, number 41, second string center. Whatevs.
I don't even know what that means.
I mean,
This is why.
it was
I
pretty
love-
much, and I hated practice. I hated it all. I hated it all so much.
Yeah.
It's just not my jam. And the shirt and the team, the scrimmage, the word scrimmage gives me the heebie-jeebies. And our first string guard, whatever, like the one of the better two players, his dad was the coach. So his dad, of course, is riding him extra hard, and it's super intense to watch. And I could give a blah about it. I'm like, why did I get into this?
Oh my God.
Did it once, and I was the one who, in elementary school, when soccer, it's just like just throw them on the soccer field, let them play soccer. That was all they ever freaking
my
did. It was like, and I couldn't care less, and I didn't know. But all my friends were on soccer teams outside of school. Everybody played soccer. Everybody loved soccer except for me and my friend Robert McCall.
I've heard about Robert.
So me and my friend Robert McCall would just stand there in the middle of the field, and people would just play around us, and we'd get yelled at occasionally, and we couldn't possibly care less. But the whole thing about
love
the
it.
whole organized sports and so my son was very much the same way, although we made him do soccer a couple of times. I don't know why we did it the second time. He must have asked. And then football.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how that happened, but he hated it, and I hated watching him hate it,
Yeah.
and going to the games and everybody just hating it.
Oh my God. I get it. So
But there are some great pictures of him like sitting on the bench, just with his head back, like
totally not engrossed in the game at all. Yeah.
just like I gotta be here.
Oh my
It's
God.
awesome.
Yeah, Anthony, I had him in just about every sport. So we did soccer when he was 4, and he basically stood on the field and picked flowers and chased butterflies. And
Max did Superman.
yeah, we just
Yeah.
we decided that was not his thing. And then football we did when he was 5, and that was not my thing because we had the coaches, kindergarten. They were swearing at the children.
Oh my God.
Okay, and they were being so they were really football people, right? And I'm like, oh, I'm so not raising my children with these other people. This is not okay. I was like, oh my gosh, it was such a weird energy, and I just so we did, and of course it was flag football, but they're encouraging him. I mean, it was just not okay. So no football, didn't do football. But then we got him into baseball, and he's a lefty, and the kid has such talent. He is so athletically inclined. He can do anything. He runs super duper fast in high school. Well, he's still in high school, but well, homeschool, whatever. But,
That was a train he ran.
yeah. Yeah, that's a whole train reel. But he did cross country. I mean, he's super fast, and we got him into a taekwondo, and he's a brown belt in taekwondo, and he's, learning other martial art modalities, and he's just, any basketball. So he did basketball, and he was like, "Oh, I'm not any good," but he was good. He just like he's good at whatever he tries to do, and so he doesn't do sports anymore though because.
So hi, what was I saying? Before we went down that road. Mm-hmm. I can't remember.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, your mom says she has powder puff pictures. So we're gonna need those sent.
I'm telling you, I saw one not that long ago. I think maybe it was posted in the Granville High School Facebook group. Like I just saw it not that long ago.
I know what I was gonna say. While I hated the structure of the organized sports and all that, when I got into high school, which was my first experience with a authority figure adult cursing at us, I was like, can they do this?
I know.
Because I mean, he's going for it.
Yeah.
It was just so. It was like it was really more. It was very, and maybe some of the other people who were in marching band know, but it can be sort of militaristic.
Yes.
It's very rigid and structured, and all of that stuff.
Okay.
And when you're in it, you just come into it, and you don't know what's going on. And I didn't sign. I just wanted to play this thing, And then it gets so rigid, and then with all that energy and cursing and stuff like that, you just go, oh my God, what am I into? But this guy was famous for being like everybody's favorite for life. I mean, we all still love him. He was so instrumental in shaping us as young adults and creative people, and just he was freaking awesome. So but that first, I'm sure my mom, well, she didn't remember anything from my past. But I'm sure I came home going, oh my God, because it was like the expectations he had of even just the playing ability, music there was no way I was going to play this stuff. And I remember one day, I was like, I can't play this, it's too high. And he goes, is it music? Well, it's just, is it music? Yes. Then you can play it. I'm like, oh my God. Is it music? I mean, I got that for my entire high school career. Some of the other guys who were in there would still come up to me if I was ever challenged with it. Is it music?
That is awesome.
I wonder if I got a couple of guys who I still communicate with on Facebook. I wonder if they'd remember that.
That's very fun.
And then there was another one we got in trouble. Those three guys I'm thinking of. It was me, Todd, and Chris. We got taken out in the hall for bad behavior. And there was something that was said to us that we always remembered, and I cannot remember now what it was. But it was along the lines of, is it music? Something like that, where we just go, okay, well, he said that, but we're going to remember it forever.
I love it.
A little trip down memory lane.
Yes.
Just to fill the time. This was a pretty weird Wednesday.
It is a weird Wednesday. It's kind of more of a personal
Way back
history.
Wednesday.
Way back Wednesday. Mom says she remembers band. Yes.
Yep.
Yes, yes.
It was the only thing I enjoyed about high school on any level.
Yeah.
It was my social life. It was the thing I cared about being good at. It was the only reason that school had any redeeming quality for me whatsoever. But band camp was intense. When it kicked in the summer,
Band camp.
and it's the heat of the summer, and you're doing drills and stuff, it's intense, man.
Yes. So were you the class clown?
I was on the way, but I got shut down.
Okay.
I
Oh,
got
because you would have
shut
gotten in
down.
trouble.
I got in trouble by one of my teachers who I really respected in a big lecture class, and I did some sort of ha-ha or whatever that I thought was funny, and he shut me down for life.
Wow.
Yeah. And then he kept me after, and he told me, "Is this who you want to be? Da da da. You're gonna." And I was just like, "It's not okay to be me." It was core. Yeah. It's part of my history. Mm-hmm.
Well, now you're you.
But the band room was a
okay.
little bit different. In the band room, I felt a little bit more, I could be that. But
Yeah.
no, all class clown stuff went away after that.
Wow.
Yep.
Except for here.
Yep. Now, and this was about the level that I was the Bob Doyle show is about what I was probably trying to do in high school.
I see.
I've been doing the Bob Doyle show in some capacity since I was like 10, and we had reel-to-reel recorders.
Oh my gosh.
And my sister and I would turn on da da da. This was the theme to the Bob Doyle show. Da 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 da. It's I can't remember what that really is, but the Bob Doyle show. And somewhere, well, not anymore. but reel-to-reel tapes of me at 10. I don't remember what I did or what I said, but the Bob Doyle Show has been a thing for as long as I could hold a microphone.
That's very cool. Yeah, somewhere I have the little.
And I've worked my
cassette tapes
audience all the way up to whatever that number is on your screen.
It's because you have. Well, we're not going to go there, but I have my cousin Dave and I used to do a radio show, and we would record it on the
Yes.
cassette tape.
Yes.
And occasionally we'd bring in my sister Amy or his sister Wendy, my cousin. And,
Those would make great podcasts.
I'm sure. Well, up until recently when my stuff was thrown away from me, I might have some. They might still exist, but I have. I have them somewhere, I think.
That music means it's time
Okay.
to get back on track with the rest of our day. Hey, guess what? At 11 o'clock
Join us.
in
We're
the
so
300 wish list,
excited.
hashtag 300 wish list group right here on Facebook.
Facebook.
We're going to be coming right back at you. And we got a topic today with regards to, creating the life you love, which is what the group is all about.
Correct.
And it's about the influence of other people on your ability to build a vision or see it through or take
Right.
the action you want. So,
Live the life of your dreams and work on those things on your 300 wish list.
we're going to talk about that.
Join us at 11 a.m. Pacific. We'll see you soon.
Yes, we will.
Love you guys. Have an awesome day.